Okay, Amber.
Hi, okay, so a bit of backstory. I come from an atheist family that my family moved to France because of secular law.
All right.
They hate religion so much. So my first understanding of religion is Islam, and I'm just trying to I was a Muslim for like 2 days, and then I had a friend who explained all of my questions, but I still have more questions. And I guess I just don't understand what is God? Like that's my biggest question is I can't understand that.
So Amber, you
How
are you are now an atheist or now you are a Muslim?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what I am.
Okay. So I don't know where to start then. Do you want us to start with you being a Muslim or with you who don't know?
So I was an atheist because of my parents, and but I just kept having problems with my like I just kept feeling wrong. Like everything felt wrong. What they were doing felt wrong. I couldn't explain it. So I rejected my parents and I searched religion and then I found Islam first. And then the people were super nice. They explained things to me like God, morality, it all made sense. It like everything made
Like
sense to
like what?
me.
Like what makes sense? Give me an example.
Um why we shouldn't like have marriage, like why we shouldn't have sex outside of marriage. Like they
But
explained.
Muslim they have sex out of marriage. In fact,
See,
Muslim they never have marriage. You see, marriage is when a man and a woman they fall in love and they make a family. Is that correct?
see, my friend told me that, and that's starting to make sense, but it's just so confusing. I don't know who's right.
Hold on. If Muslims have marriage, you don't marry two, three, four, keep replacing them, divorcing them. That is obviously not marriage. That is as sexual activities. Do I agree?
Okay, so what is marriage?
Marriage, the word, what is the word marriage in English mean?
I don't know. Like it's just like a government contract to me to
No,
like
no,
two
no,
people.
no. You see, English is not my first language. You merge together. You merge. So we marry, we got married. So now we merge together, and the Bible define it as being one. So I was just speaking to the one before you. When the man he marry a woman, they become echad, which means they become one person, not two. So yet they are two as two person, yes, but now they are unity. So in Christianity, marriage is a unification of two people by love of God to be together, not for the sake of part of the marriage is the man is attracted to the woman, she is a female, and the female she like the man because he's a man. So we are not denying the sexual part of it, it is a major part of it. However, it's not to sponsor lust but to sponsor family based on love and unity. So the man is willing to give himself to the wife, and the wife willing to give herself to the husband. When we say giving yourself, it's not about sleeping in the bed. It's about you stay with him. You promise him to be loyal. He promised you to be loyal for the rest of his life. Defend you with his life. Sacrifice himself to make you happy. And it's the same for you. So marriage in Christianity is a promise of loyalty under the blessing of God, that I will be for you and you will be for me.
That's beautiful. My understanding of marriage from my family was always that two people just wanted to live together and they got better benefits for it. Like if like they liked each other and they wanted to have sex, they got and they
Marriage,
got
marriage should not be based on a benefit, because if you do that, the day the benefit is gone, the marriage is gone. As an example, if I marry you because you are rich, this is a benefit. Tomorrow you lose your money, I divorce you. So the one who marry based on a benefit, he did not marry the person, he married the benefit. You understand me?
So how do we know if people love each other? Like, how do we know if
Well,
we want
love
to?
is not something, not no one can teach you what is love. It is something you need to know, and you have to be mature. because there is many people, if a guy is funny, is a guy, etc., they think they are in love. But the fact, no, they are just, maybe he's unique, maybe there's something different about him. But love is something different. Love is a person you cannot forget. It's a person you forgive even if he hurt you. It's a person you are going to love him no matter what, even if he is not even good to you. Love is way more than just a relationship. Actually, love is not even a relationship. Love is a state of you being in love, regardless of the other person will love you or not. As an example, a woman, she have a child, she have a son, she have a daughter. She love her child, but there's many children, they don't even say hello to the mother. But still the mother, she love the child. Why? Because she love him for her love is real, not because it's a benefit. So even though there's no benefit from this child, even though he may be causing her problem, he making her sad, maybe he's even destroying her life. Maybe she worked day and night just to make him happy, and he is spoiled, he don't care, he make fun of her, he call her name, still she love him. Why? Because her love is coming from her heart, not from a benefit. So love is not a crush on a person. Love is something unique, does not change, and doesn't fold, which means the Bible says love never fail. Love never fail. What does that mean? What if I love a woman and she don't want to love me? How that is not a fail? No, I did not fail because my love never fail. The state of love will make you live a beautiful life, regardless if people love you back or not. When you are a person in love, you are a successful person, regardless if you are loving a man or loving God or loving trees or loving anything around you. Love never fails, which means love will make you a very stable person, happy person, because you don't feel even rejected because you are in love. It's like, my mom, she think I'm handsome. The neighbors, she think I scared the hell of her. Why? Because my mom, she loved me. So she see her son, even though he looked like a monkey, she see him the most handsome boy in the town. That is love. So because she loved me very much, she don't see the negative things about me. She see beautiful things about me. But there's no way I have a beautiful things about me. That's impossible. So love is when you see even what is supposed to be ugly for someone else, it is beautiful for you.
So is that from God?
Love for there's many things about love. As an example, if your love is about sex, that is just the desire. That's not love. As we said, love should not be based on a benefit, or because sexual desire is a benefit, is a desire. So if your love is always stable, is not temporarily, that is from God.
So how do you know? Like, how do you
I just told you, if you don't, if like you see, the weather change. It's cold, it's hot, it's warm. Love never change. So if you love a person, let us say, you met a person, even a girl, friend of yours, you love her, you love her as a friend. So you met her once when you were a teenage. Oh, you miss to see her again. Why? Because really you love her. This love is a clean love. Have no benefit from there. It's just because you felt something special about this girl, and she is a good friend for you. So she stayed, her name stayed in your heart, and no matter what, the distance between you, the time different, how many years away, still you remember her, and nothing changed. So if you meet her today, you are going to run to see her the same as you saw her 20 years ago. So love is not something changed. Lost, it does. So a man, he want to sleep with the women. She is beautiful. She is desirable. But as soon he sleep with her, first time, second time, third time, fifth time, 10th time, he's get bored. He want to find a new woman. This never was love. It was only about him. He loved himself. This is a selfish person. So love is about not loving yourself, is loving others, and you love to make others happy. And the way I see love, that if I can make someone happy, that means I am in love with that person because I worked to make that person, I give an effort to make that person happy, even though there's no benefit for me. I'm not the one getting happy. It is her or him. So I am in love with this person because I love to help. And that is love coming from God. So if you love people only because they will give you something back, then this is not love. This is just a benefit in
So
return.
then, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, anything have return, is based on return. Like it can be true love and there is return, no problem. But if your love based on return, then your love never was love. Because the second the benefit or the return stop coming, you are not in love no more and you don't want this person. Even you might turn to be an enemy. So like you try to speak to a man, he don't want to talk to you. You start calling him names, you start getting angry, you start going crazy. Why? Because you were not in love with the person. You were in love with yourself and you wanted to have him. And he said no. So now you are going to seek maybe revenge. This is a person who love himself, worship himself. He do not know what love is. So love, the way we see it as a Christian, is the same as the Lord, the Messiah. He sacrificed himself, even though there's no return. He got nothing from it. There's no reward for him. He come to this earth to save us, and people crucified him, people spit at him, people call him names, people make fun of him, people say the F word to him. So what he got from this? Nothing. But he got a lot. Why? Because he loves us. The Bible says, a happiness will be in the kingdom of God, for one soul is being saved. So this is God. This is the love of God. We are nothing. We are not even ants for him. But if one soul is saved, there is a happiness in the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is in firework, like blessed and amazing happiness. The angels are praising for one person is saved. So this is what love is. Love is about you. Don't see yourself in the mirror. You see the happiness of people you care for. So if you look at the face of a person, let us say you help a homeless, a person who is angry, a child, anything, and then you were able to make this person, his life better, and you feel inside you are so happy. That is love. So your love make you happy, but your love was not for your benefit. It was for the benefit of that person. But because you are really in love, seeing the result of your act is positive, you are now very much satisfied with your love. So love is not a person who is selfish, a person who think about himself. Love is a person who think about others before himself. So in order to know if you are in love or not, think about it this way. Do you think about the person in front of you, how to make him or her happy? Or you think when you do something with someone is how he make you happy? If the purpose of your act is how he can make you happy or how she can make you happy, that's mean you don't love anybody, you love just yourself. If you do an action, anything in life, just to make people who you see, who you know, happy, that means really you love them and you don't care for the result coming back to you.
Okay, so what do you do when you feel like you don't deserve that? Like I was talking to, like I was in a Muslim server and they were talking about how men have, like, it's okay for them to have multiple wives and such, and I was like, but why is one not enough? Like, I've always learned that one woman, one man, and like why do you have to have multiple? Like why am I not enough?
I was just talking to an atheist before you. I don't know if you heard me. A person who decide to have many wives, he decide to be an animal. So we can be an animal, and we can act like one, and we can live like one, and we can die like one. But a person who act like an animal, he cannot claim to be a human being. God, when he created Adam and Eve, he created Adam and Eve, not Eves. All right? So a man, if he is in love, He will not look to a different women. Same for the women. The woman, she is in love with the husband, her man, she will never look at any other man. There's many women I know, like especially in the Middle East, the husband he died, Christian women, the husband he died, they are not even 30. They never get married after that. But many men, they ask for their hand after they become widows. So they don't get married because they are in love with the husband who died. So loyalty is the scale of love. And a man who marry more than one woman, he did not marry them. He is fornicating with them. He have no loyalty. If he is loyal, he is in love. If he is not loyal, he is not in love. And same goes for you.
Sorry.
Yeah. Somebody saying, was Solomon an animal? Yes, he was. And the Bible condemned him for his action. Even God, he killed, God, he caused his family to be destroyed as a result of his lust. So yes, he was. You are ignorant. The Bible condemned his action. God even reject him building temples. So you can be a king and you can go after your lust, but doesn't make you godly. It doesn't matter who you are. Your name is David, your name is Solomon, your name is, it doesn't matter. Loyalty is God. God is loyal. And people who belong to God, they must be loyal. You can go after your lust and decide to become a donkey who follow his private part, not his heart, and not what he should be. A true man, he should not be going after many women. People, they grow in a very funny, silly, stupid culture that the one who sleep with more women, he is the successful person. Well, I say to you that the man who sleep with more women, he is absolutely not successful, because by time he will notice that he can't even love any women no more. Because love doesn't make any sense for him. It's about sex. Same for the women. The more you sleep with men, the more, who is the man you like, we are having sex with this guy now, but yesterday was different guy. How many images in your head of sex practice with men? Which one of them is your man? And how many of them coming tomorrow? So when you go after your lust, you are lost. You see, there's birds, they are animals. When the spouse die, the bird, he don't go to any females. In fact, many of them, they even stop eating until they die. And they are birds.
So God is love, and love is loyalty. So if there's 8 billion people on the planet right now, and there's billions of people that have already died, how is it possible for him to love everybody at the same time? I can't.
Death is a form of love, because I am thankful from my Lord that I will not live forever. Because imagine I am now 100 years old or 120, my teeth is gone, I cannot go to the bathroom, I cannot say 2 words, I lost my memory, and I am alive. Why I want to live? What the life for? So death is not a bad thing. Death is a mercy. Death is love. Because when you grow old, too old, your family will have a trouble on you. They have to wash you, they have to take you to the bathroom, you are sick, doctors, medicine, etc. So you become a burden in your family, the one you love them. So now it is better, it's from God wisdom, for us, because we are not going to live eternity for now, it's from God wisdom is not to live more than we should.
So does he love us even when we're not on earth? Like,
he love us when we are not? What?
I'm trying to understand how God can love like billions of people at the same time and give them all the attention they need at the same time. Like, how is that possible?
I wanna give you an example. Do you know the bees?
The bees?
Bees, yeah.
Like the insects?
The insect, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right. The bees, how many mothers they have in the colony?
One.
One. everybody is just under the command of one female. Is that correct?
Yeah, she controls the hive.
And all they are working in extreme harmony. Is that correct?
Correct.
The major reason for them to be successful is loyalty.
Wow.
If
So
they are not loyal, they will be killing each other. Right? But they don't. The whole colony have only one mother. And the whole colony work for one purpose, to keep the family surviving. So we call her the queen. This is what we call her. But in fact, she is the mother of the babies. And all the babies are in love with their mother, and they do everything for her. So she is inside. She is protected. The whole colony will die to defend the mother. What is this is based on? These are insect. If insect can do that, can God do more?
you would think. You would hope. Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to get it.
Sorry?
I don't think I'll ever be able to grasp it. It's beyond my grasp.
No, I think it's very simple. This is why I gave you the example of the bees, because we cannot make it more simple than this. So it doesn't matter what the number is. The number is big for you. The number is small for God. That is not even a number. You know, God don't see us a number. God, he see us by our names. The Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. So number doesn't mean anything. Loyalty, quality, and fruits. All those bees, they share one thing. They give and they make honey. And they are very well organized. And their house is done by a perfect engineer. In fact, bees are better than us. Because simply, yeah, the whole family are in love. You will find a human being in the same family, they hate each other.
Because humans are always fighting each other.
Yeah, why? Because a human being is different from insect. He's given a free will. And because you have a free will can make you do good things with your will and can do bad things with your will. And this is the point of reward. So people who believe in a free will and do good will, they will be with the Lord. And those who they are using their free will to do bad act, they will be punished and they will be doomed.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to get this emotional.
So what do you think about Islam now? You know, Islam for me is something very disgusting and evil. Like, do you know that Islam teach that the man, he can beat his wife?
I was in a server in a voice call earlier with them, and they were talking about how this 25-year-old was like, his max age of consent was 16. I was so weirded out. Like they were joking about how many wives they could have. I just felt so uncomfortable the entire voice call, and then somebody that like I met today invited me to like join a Christian server call, and it just felt safe. Like they're not joking about women. It's nice.
All right. Well, here, you know, we have always good time, and we can we joke, we laugh, but always here we share the truth. Sometimes I make fun of myself. Joke is not a bad thing, but Islam is obviously a very bad thing. There is no person he respect himself. A man who respect himself, he will not beat a woman. You know, beating a woman is a clear sign that the man himself is not self-confident. And when I claim to be a prophet of God, and I claim that my God told me that the way to correct women, and here I use the word correct between two brackets, is beating them, that is a clear proof that the one who come with this is nothing but a savage man. He have a low IQ and he is stupid. And I will explain to you why. Because if I have a wife, let us say she is really stupid. And I want to use the word stupid as it is. Let us say she is the stupidity itself. So if I beat her, how I can make a stupid person do the right thing? It's impossible. Because she is stupid anyway. So she will do the same bad thing again. She's stupid. So beating the person will not make him smart. You can make a person smarter by trying step by step to explain, to train, to show why it's wrong, and because now this person will listen to you more. You are being kind, you are being nice, you are not insulting, you are not, So she will listen, she will learn, she will try her best to do better. But if I beat her, how that can help her and how that can help me? She will hate me. She might even put poison for me in my food. So the word is stupid. I see it this way, that the man who beat his wife, he is the stupid one. Even, yeah, go ahead.
They made that make sense because I come from a family that my father wasn't a kind man before my mother died, so it was normal for me. So when I learned about Islam and I was learning about like discipline of wives, it started to make sense. Like maybe he was doing like good, like what he was supposed to with discipline, because they were talking about when she disrespects you once, you correct her, and then the second time you leave the bed, and then the third time you leave, like socially, like you ignore her, you give her the silent treatment, which was
That's a lie. All what they said to you, it's a lie. There's no first time, there's no second time. You see what you see now on the screen? I'm showing my screen. I don't know if you see it. This is a lie. In the Quran, there's no first time, there's no second time, there's no third time, and there's no beat him lightly, and there's no leaving the bed. It says jail them in their room. Jail them. Not leave the bed. اهجروهن في المضاجع. Muslims, they lie. Like now, you see here it says lightly. You see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Where in the Quran, in Arabic, it says lightly? I challenge all the Muslims in the world to come and show me where it says lightly. It's not there. In fact, the story says it clearly that a man, he beat his wife until he made her skin greener than her clothing. And Muhammad took the side of the man, not the women. Muhammad did not say, why you did beat her like that. He did not say, look, you made the bruises for her. Muhammad, he said, don't beat your wife the same as you beat the slaves until they die, by breaking their bones. So Muhammad, he acknowledged beating women. He is the one who told them beat them. And as you see here, it says, Aisha, she said, a lady, she came to her. She was wearing a green veil, and she complained to Aisha about her husband and showed her a green spot in her skin caused by beating. And here the Muslims, they are trying to justify why Aisha, she is defending the women, which Aisha now is wrong, should not defend the women. It was the habit of ladies to support each other. So when Allah Messenger came, Aisha, she said, I have not seen any suffering as much as a believing woman. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. And you read the whole story. Muhammad, he took the side of the man, and he never mentioned why you did beat her. So when they say lightly and those lies and first and second, it's a big fat lie.
That's scary.
Well, if you like your husband to beat you, well, you can be a Muslim and you enjoy it.
Preferably not. No. I'd rather not.
Don't you like to have a green skin? It's for free. It's for free.
No, apparently my father has to pay for it, so it's not.
All right. So, so did you decide to leave Islam?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Do you have any question for me I can help you with?
Not currently.
All right. Which country are you from?
Originally my mother is English, my father is Scottish. We were in California, then we moved to France because they hated religion. But then we moved back to England, so England.
All right.
It's
Well,
it's. I have a long history of my family telling me that religion is bull and God's not kind and God's not good and God's a lie and believe in evolution, and if you ever become a Christian, then we disown you. So it's a bit stressful.
well, tell your parents the result of their teaching is showing very well in Europe, where drugs abuse is everywhere, crimes
Yeah.
and rape and theft, because people now they have zero moral. Everybody live as he wish because now they believe they are atheist. One of the benefit of believing in God, that society behave. There is no sin. If we believe that theft is not a sin, rape is not a sin, so people would do whatever they want. So what your parents did is the same crime many people around the world who they are atheists did against themselves. You go right now, like now in America, many state they start adding the Bible back to their study. Why? Because they notice that their children are doomed. Kids, they are teenage shooting each other. The kids are taking drugs. Kids, they are 12 years old having sex. So the society is messed up when the atheists decide to fight God and to fight the teaching of God. So the first one who pay the price is the people who believe in this garbage.
I think the biggest thing was I just felt empty, like constantly. Like my depression was so bad, and
I agree with you, but this is what empty do. Empty make you do drugs. Empty make you do crazy stuff because you're empty. This is why you see a lot of Western. Like one of the things I notice about Western, he go to Thailand. The first day he go there, he want to put a tattoo. Okay, a week after he want to add a tattoo. He go to different country, he go to etc. He want to have a more tattoo. Tattoo earring, earring in the ear, earring in the nose, earring in the tongue, earring in the lips, earring in the vagina, earring in the penis. I mean, they have earring everywhere. I don't know how they can go through the airport. All of this because all of this because they are empty, totally empty. Their life is lost. They don't know what to do. So he think he's bored. He don't know what to do. He think if he puts that tattoo in his leg, he will look now better. Oh, look, this is cool. And then after he put it and is used to it, he need more new tattoo. It's like, someone he paint himself over and over and over because he is not satisfied with who he is, which means he is very sad person. With the Christ, we don't go that direction. For as I said to you, I believe that I am loyal to my Lord, and my Lord is loyal to me too. He will never betray me. He's kept his promise. So I do not need those stupid things to prove who I am. I prove who I am by doing things that's good. Things can help people around me. Things can be useful, not by putting a stupid tattoo on my feet or my leg or my butt or putting a ring in my tongue. I mean, I don't know even how they can eat. People look funny and weird and stupid. But this is all, I believe, it is a sign that Satan is taking over those people. So I say to you, accept Christ so you can be stable within yourself first. You can be loyal to yourself first, because listen carefully, a person who is not loyal to his Lord is not loyal to himself too. Why? Because he's lost. He doesn't know what is the right thing to do. He have no loyalty. Even when you think about yourself, you are not being loyal, because simply you are just following temporary desire. And that is the trap. Desire is a trap. If I do things for the purpose of desire, I fail, because this desire is temporary. As soon I get my desire fulfilled, I notice then that I am in the quicksand. It's like somebody, when I grab something, he is so desperate to have it, but he jumped to get it. But then after he hold it with his hand, he noticed he just jumped in the quicksand. So with believe in the Lord, believe in the truth, you are going to be stable. You will not be confused. You will not have a vacancy inside you. Your soul will be comfortable. You have a trust. you don't feel alone. You will never be lonely, even though you are alone. But still, you are not. You are alone as a person. But if you are a believer, you will never be alone. For the Lord, He will be all the time with you. The Bible says, if the Lord is with me, who could be against me?
Yeah, for me it was alcohol. It was that empty that I just, alcohol just made it feel better and I could ignore it. And then it would take more and more and more. Like, my tolerance kept going up and up and up because it was legal. I was a teenager and it was legal. So I didn't really understand what I was doing. So I'm still, I'm still very much an alcoholic, but learning about religion has made me kind of like motivated to stop because maybe there's something else that I don't need alcohol for. Like maybe that's the replacement. Maybe that's the thing I've been missing.
Well, you see, you are thinking about things in the wrong way. We are not looking for a replacement. This is not should not be a replacement. We are not saying I'm going to believe in God to replace my alcohol. Well, God is not an alcohol. God is not going to make me drunk. God will make me awake. So I'm not going to replace God by alcohol by God. I am going to go to what is right. This is not about replacement. And alcohol, again, is just because you feel you are lost and you are, and it's a sign of being spoiled too. You know, a child who's spoiled. I mean, your family, your parents, they claim that they are good people, but yet you are a teenage and you're drinking and they don't say nothing about it. I don't want to be insulting, but your parents are idiots, both of them. You know,
Urged it.
if you are
You're
my
like,
if you are my daughter, you will never see the alcohol in your room. You will never even touch it. You know, yeah, you will never. But if you have parents who don't care really, they are hippies and they are stupid, then you will end where you end. So I advise you not to think about this thing that, okay, I'm going to look for religion. Christianity is not a religion. We are not. Christianity is the truth, and the truth is not a religion. Truth that God is the only one who loves you, the only one who can save you, and because of the love of God, you can be in love with men who love you. And because of the love of God, He can be in love with you too. But he have to be a godly man too. If you go and find a man who is just a lost person, atheist in the street, he will never love you. He is the same as your parents. He is looking for a partnership. Journey for them is journey in the train. So I don't want to go alone. I find a female. Oh, she is cute. I like her. She like me. Let us join bed together. Oh, we have a baby. We call her whatever. And now we have Amber. Hey, Amber, go drink alcohol. Me and your parents, we are going vacation. You are a teenage now. Go have sex with your friends. This is not parents and this is not family. Those are people living like animals, and they will end like animals. So for us, I'm using a harsh language with you because I'm just being honest with you. So for us as a Christians, we don't believe in religion. We will never follow a religion. We are following the Messiah. He is the truth. He is a savior. So if you are looking to be saved and not to be empty and not to feel alone and not to feel you are left alone, then the Messiah is the only one who can save you.
so what's the difference between what you just said and religion? I thought they were the same.
No. Religion is an idea. It can be false. It can be some have a truth in it. But Christianity is not an idea. Christ is not an idea. Christ is a real person. And because he's a real person, so what he is not a religion. By definition, religion is a group of people believe in something. This is true. But in Christianity, it's not just a group of people who believe in something. It's just a group of people who live something. And that is the love of God, who they are loyal to him and they do their best to be close to him. That's why the Lord, he says, be holy like your Father. Be holy like your Father, which is kind of an impossible mission, but because the Messiah, he wanted us to be the best we can, he asked us to do the impossible. For nothing is impossible with God. So if we have faith, we can reach the point of impossible. So this is why I say to you, if you believe in Christ, even though you might think you are weak, I will tell you myself. When I start speaking about Islam, my English is funny. It's not even, I cannot even claim until now I speak good English. People laugh at me because I make mistakes when I speak. Yet, all of those things did not stop me from accomplishing my mission. So I am now an author. I have many books in many languages. My books translated to all languages in the world: Chinese, Russian, Bulgarian, Albanian, Indonesian, Chinese, you name it. So from a person who hardly can speak little bit of English to explain what he's trying to say, to a person who wrote books and people around the world listen to him, where is my confidence coming from? If I don't have faith, I cannot accomplish anything. That's why I say to you, we don't have a religion, we have a Christ. So I believe in Christ, I believe in my mission, I believe that if the Lord is with me, who could be against me? No language is going to be an obstacle in front of me. People making fun of me making mistakes, who care? I know that I'm making mistakes. That even blessing for me. Why? Because the one who don't make mistakes, he do not know what is right. So I learn from my mistakes to be a better person. But there's people, they enjoy making mistakes, and they live mistakes, and they live mistakes, and they claim it's right. They claim it's true. So with the Christ, you will be able to overcome your mistakes, your weakness, you will be confident, and you will be successful. And this is the difference between somebody have religion, which is just rituals like Muslims do, pray 5 times a day. I mean, what is that? If God is true, you can pray to him anytime in your heart. You do not need to go in a certain time. Even Jesus says, if you want to pray, you go to your closet. Don't pray like the hypocrite who go in the corner so everybody can see them.
It was always like, that was the other thing, is they were talking about, you to be a Muslim, you have to pray 5 times a day. They're like, well, if God is God and God is God, why do I only have to pray 5 times? Why does it have to be a certain type? Why can't I just talk to him?
And you have to pray in a certain language too, which is not yours. That make it more stupid. It's like a chimpanzee trying to be a parrot. That's even more funny.
I never understood that. It just felt like a chore, and I feel like praying shouldn't feel like a chore to learn another language, to pray 5 times a day. When I could just yell at the sky like, "Hey, are you there? Like, can you help me with this?" If God is God and God is God, God should understand that. Like, he doesn't need Arabic to understand me.
What if somebody is a mute? He cannot pray? So God, when we say
and God does things. What can God do if God is God? That makes no sense. Like, if God is God and God can do everything, and God is omnipresent, omnipotent, then God can do whatever God wants to do.
You see, Islam is just like a chain of stupid stories, and that's why Muslims, they don't even dare to debate us. I invite you here always to stay and join us, and if you know of Muslims, invite them here, and you will see how Muslims, they don't make no sense when they try. I would like you to see how stupid Islam is firsthand. So we hope soon we will have a Muslim to join us, and you will see right away that Muslim, they are big mouth. They shout, they are loud, but they are like a drum. One needle will make the drum go boof. This is how I see Muslims. They are like a drum. Too much noise, but they are empty.
They're all ritual.
Yeah, it's not even ritual. It's just a stupid ritual. What ritual? You see, like Muhammad, he did rituals. What he do? Muhammad, he jumped with water, have dead dogs. To do what? To do rituals. How in the world that is a ritual? Dead dogs, women blood from period, and garbage, stinky garbage. All of this because Muhammad, now he want to prepare himself to pray to Allah. How in the world a person, it's obviously that Muhammad is mentally ill person, suffering from mental illness. Imagine now, I'm going to meet God. Let us make it simple, not God. So let us say I'm going to meet a woman. I like her. I'm thinking to marry her. So I decide to become a clean. So what I do, I jump in the water, have dead dogs and women blood from period and stinky garbage, and I do shampoo with it, and I'm singing now, la 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 la, I'm going to meet the girl, la 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 la. And now, after half hour of washing myself with such a beautiful mix of shampoo, I go and meet her. So this is the guy who wanna go and meet his God after taking shower with dead dogs and women blooded from period and stinky garbage.
What?
Yeah, it's in front of you. Don't see it on the screen?
Honestly, I just can't comprehend yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the guy. He was your prophet for 2 days.
2 days. Yeah, I lasted.
I advise you to try it. By the way, you can find some dead dogs somewhere, and you can get menstruation. I mean, you are a woman already, and you can get some garbage from your neighbors or your mom or whatever in the kitchen. Be sure they are stinky. You know, like they leave them there for a few days, and then mix them in your bathtub and sit down, take a shower. Okay, enjoy it. I'm sure you will be a very holy person.
I think I'll pass.
Well,
But
I
that's
advise
your.
you to do it. I heard Muslims saying this is very healthy.
It doesn't sound very healthy.
Well, I will explain to you why it's healthy. Okay. First of all, let us focus in dead dogs. Dead dogs, yeah, dead dogs. The nice things about dead dogs, the benefit number one, they are dead. They don't bite you. See? Number two, you can use their teeth to brush your back. Number three, you can use their hand. They have nails. You can use it to brush your and their feet to take the dead skin. Now, you can use the tail, which is the tail of the dead dog, to push away the mosquitoes or any fly because the smell is so bad. Now the water is so dirty. So now you can use it as a as a fan. See, this is just from the dead dog. So what about the other things like the women period? Imagine you are just swimming in a jacuzzi and the water is going crazy around you and the smell of a blood of women menstruation all over. Oof, that's amazing. And the dogs smell too. The dead dogs. I mean, dead dogs, by the way, when they die, whew, they smell so good. All right. So like, I experienced that one myself. It smells so beautiful, especially when the worms, they come from his belly and they are by like thousands and they are eating his flesh. Unbelievable. The view is so beautiful and so delicious. It makes you feel hungry, actually. You want to eat with them. So all of this, and then in the top of that, you have a stinky garbage. And the stinky garbage alone can be a mix of many, many, many beautiful things. As an example, you know, barbecue, bones, rotten tomato, rotten eggs, the poop of the cat. It's a lot of fertilizer. If you study science, you will know that all those things will make your skin shiny and you will become so beautiful.
I prefer to be ugly at that point.
I explain my case. It's your fault. Guys, be my witness. I try to tell her the benefit of such a deal. People don't want to listen. Yeah, what I can do? I mean, you cannot explain to people more than this. I did my best.
Just can't understand it. So ignorant.
Yeah.
I can't understand of it.
If there is any Muslim want to come in here and tell this lady here why your prophet taking a shower like that,
Please do.
yeah, so she can go back to Islam. Anyone want to do it?
I need answers.
Well, the answer, I can make a commercial about this if you have money. That will make, like, I will make a shampoo, and then like a woman, she go in the bathtub, and there is dead dog in the bathtub, and the worms are coming out of his belly, and then she open the water in the top of him, and then she go and she grab some menstruation rags and she throw it in the water, and then she go to the kitchen and bring big bag of trash and garbage, stinky garbage, and she empty it in the bath, and then she take off her clothes, for sure with a towel on her because we are very conservative Muslims, and then she jump in the water, and now she breathe and she says, smell, subhanallah, so beautiful. Prophet
Oh,
Muhammad used to do that, so I'm doing so. I will sell a lot of shampoo like that in one day.
no, thank you. I'll pass.
Yeah.
Uh,
But until now, can you tell us one thing they made you really believe in Islam for a second? I'm trying to understand why in the world anyone want to believe in the garbage of Muhammad for a second.
They told me that I had no understanding. So I came from a completely atheist background. No, I didn't know what God was. I had the name. I had the name of the Bible. Didn't know what it was. I didn't even know what Genesis was about. Like I knew nothing about God. And then I
How
joined a
how old
Muslim.
are you, Amber, if you don't mind to say?
I'm 22.
You're very old.
Yeah, so like this is like all new to me. So my entire life is like God's bad, God's bad, God's bad, ignore God, don't do God. God's bad, ignore it. So then I go into alcoholism in my teenage years and like nothing was fulfilling me. Like I am like deep into alcoholism because of that. So I was like, okay, so maybe my parents were wrong about this religion thing. So I searched up religions and I searched up monotheism and like Islam was something that came up. I'm like, okay, Islam. So that it's a
Yeah, but
religion. Maybe
what monotheism mean? You know, monotheism is just an idea. There's a temple in San Francisco. They worship Satan. Well, this is monotheism. So if somebody believe in one God, it doesn't make any difference if I believe in one God or 10 God. The question is, are they true gods or not? One God, two God, three God, five God, seven God. What is this? Are we going after how many chicken is in the queue? So the idea of monotheism does not give a value for any faith. It is about if it's true or it is not. So let us say, there is a group of people, like in India, they have 35 million God. I'm not rejecting them because they are 35 million. I'm rejecting them because the idea they believe in
so
is stupid. Can't be
that was
true.
their like I joined. Sorry to interrupt you, but I joined a Muslim server. Like that was the first religion I heard of. So I joined a Muslim server, and I said, "Okay, so monotheism," and they told me that God is God, and if God is all powerful, then how are there three gods? And say like how, and they told me that if God equals God, then Jesus can't go against God, and like the spirit would interfere with God. And like at the time, me not knowing anything about Christianity, like given I knew nothing about Christianity,
How
that made sense.
God, listen, Amber, those Muslims are a bunch of dummies. How God will go against God if God is one in Christianity anyway? Because in Christianity, we don't believe in three gods. We believe in one God. Christianity, the Trinity, is a 3% one God, not three gods. So the Messiah said, I and the Father are one. He didn't say, I am God, He is God, the Holy Spirit is God. No. So they are lying, first of all. Secondly, the Messiah always, he said it clearly, that let your will be done. The will of the Son is the will of the Father. He never go against it. In fact, it is in Islam they have contradiction. As an example, Allah in Islam, he says something. Muhammad, he says something else. Which one the Muslim they take? They take what Muhammad said versus what Allah said. But you will not find in Christianity that Jesus said something is against the will of the Father. And you will not find something Jesus did against the will of the Father. In fact, always the whole Bible is so clear that everything the Messiah have done is according to the will of the Father. So Muslims, they lie. This is what the Muslims do. They lie and they hunt for someone who is ignorant, someone who do not know, as you said. But you should search. This is my advice to you. You said now you are 22, right?
Yeah.
I'm 17. So if you are a person who like to be successful in life, you need to search and study whatever people say to you. You don't take things just because somebody say it to you. Study it, search it, check it out, see it's true.
See, but that made no sense to me because they argued with me about like so if like when they told me that I researched the Trinity and it said three persons in one God, I was like, okay, cool. So Christians study one God also. So I asked them that. And then they came back with, well, when Jesus was praying, when he was about to be crucified, he said, "Not my will, but yours." And then that kind of stumped me a bit, because if Jesus has his will and God has his will, I got confused at that.
You see, Jesus said, "Me and the Father is one."
He said, "But your will be done," and that
Yes.
confused me.
Why that would confuse you?
Because if Jesus has a will and God has the will, then Jesus is rejecting his own will for
No, no, no,
God's
no,
will.
no, no. You see, the Messiah as a person, he's a person. He's a
Yeah.
person. So he is the one in the earth. The Father, he sent him. So he have a will, and the Father have a will. But the question is the will of the Son is against the will of the Father? No. That's why Jesus said, "Let your will." The word Father mean what? The word Father mean authority. That means the Son is always obedience to the Father. This is what Father mean. So as soon as the Messiah he say Father, that means the Messiah is always obedient to the Father. You understand? I will not call someone a father unless he have an authority. So Christianity teach that the Messiah is born of the Father, not the Father is born of the Son.
So when Jesus said, "Not my will," was that his human side? Like,
This is not about the human side. This is about that the Son he goes down to earth for a mission. The Son he knew what they will do, and the Son he always do what the Father want. That's why Jesus says in the whole Bible, everything I say to you, everything I do to you, is being told to me and given to me by the Father. So the Messiah, all his mission is about what the Father want. With the separation, there's no separation exists between the will of the Father and the will of the Son. It's always in total agreement. So if Jesus says, "Let your will be done," he's not saying, "I have will different from your will." He's saying the opposite. He's saying, "I am in totally agreement in whatever the Father he want to happen."
Okay, that makes sorry.
Like if I'm talking to you, you say you want to go to, now. Do you like to go to the restaurant? I say whatever you want. Does that mean I have different will from your will?
Say that again.
If you say you want to go to this restaurant, or that restaurant, and then I say to you, whatever you like, we go. Does that mean I have different will from yours?
No, it means I decide.
Yeah, that's what Jesus said. Let your will be done. So the will of the Father is what is going to be done anyway, no matter what.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the Messiah, he knew what they will do to him. They will crucify him. At the end of the day, Father, if you can keep this cup away from me. But the Messiah, he understood that this cup should happen. Let your will be done. So the Son is speaking to the Father. The Son is discussing with the Father. And the Son, he received the answer from the Father. So let your will be done.
So the three persons is them discussing, but the will is God.
You see, the Bible defined even the Messiah himself as the Logos. The Logos is the will of God, the power of God, the ability of God, and that is the Messiah. So it's like, you know, you as a one person, do you think in your head and you have many opinion in the same time in your head?
No, I usually only have one.
Okay, that to make it simple, you said that you felt you are empty and you are looking for a religion.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is many opinion. You have an opinion inside you that you are an atheist. Your mom, your dad told you something. Then other opinion come to your head, and now I'm looking for a religion because I feel empty. So now inside your head, you are thinking about, I'm looking, I'm not sure, there's Islam, there's a Christianity, there's atheism, but all of those are ideas in one head. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, before you reach the point of decision, your will was to look. That was the will.
Wow. That
And
makes
then
sense.
and then you make decision to choose. That is the will too, right? It's like going shop. When you go shopping, your will to go to the market, to the bazaar, to go to Amazon, that was the will. But then when you go there, there's many options, and then you do choose from those options one of them or two or whatever you have. So you make a decision, and your will is every step of life. And this is what happened with Jesus on earth. He is on earth. There's obstacle in front of him. There's people who don't understand him. There's people, they are, this is why Jesus says, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing. So the Messiah always is in connection with the Father about what should be done and what is the right thing to do it. The Muslims don't understand how that can be. Well, if God is God, there's nothing is impossible for God. So if Jesus can raise people from death, and the Muslim accept that, why Jesus cannot be God and man in the same time? If man cannot raise people from death, then Jesus should not be able to raise people from death. If man cannot control nature, then Jesus should not be able to control nature. Jesus make the blind see. Jesus can tell you what you hide. Jesus can tell you the future. Jesus can heal the leper. I mean, who is this Jesus? Why he can do all those things, but he is just a man for those Muslims? So they cannot explain to us how Jesus can do that except saying that Allah gave him the power. But they can't explain to us why Allah gave him all this power, including to create. I mean, if I want to prove that Jesus is prophet, I do not need to make Jesus make people come from the grave. None of those is needed. One miracle, okay, here we go. I made the blind see. Okay, I healed the leper. But to create creatures from mud, by breathing into them, that means I'm God, I'm creator. To resurrect people from death, that means I'm God. So now, if the Muslims, when they say that Jesus was given the power from Allah, well, that mean Allah, he shared his divine with Jesus. For what Jesus did is only the power of divine. So if Allah, he gave Jesus the power of divine to make us to believe that he is a prophet, he failed. He caused us to believe, because he caused us to believe that Jesus is God. Correct?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, because if Jesus cannot raise people from death, and Jesus cannot overcome death, and Jesus cannot create, and Jesus cannot heal, no Christian will believe that Jesus is God.
That's it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So if Allah is the one who gave him this power, well, Allah is the one who made him God then. Because no Christian will believe in Jesus if he cannot do those things.
So if Jesus is not God, but Allah says God gives Jesus God powers, but God is not Jesus, but Jesus has God powers, Jesus can't be God, but God is God and Jesus has God powers. Therefore, a human can't do God things, but Jesus can do God things. Therefore, Jesus is God, but Jesus is a human. Jesus can't be God because Jesus is a human. So God's not Jesus and Jesus is God. It's confusing.
I know, I have a cross eyes now because of your speech. So the Muslims idea of Jesus is very funny and very silly. They can't explain why Jesus can. Like, no, there's Zakir Naik, he says, Brother Thitter, at the time of Jesus, there was medical was advanced. In the time of Jesus, medical was advanced? Really? Why? I mean, 2,000 years ago, medicine was advanced, and Muhammad came 600 years after. Medicine was not. So they, as if Jesus was giving medicine. Like somebody told you that Jesus, he gave pills. Hey, take this pill 3 times a day. He dead man. Let me give you this pill. Drink it 3 times a day. You will be fine. Okay, we'll come back to life. Look how stupid they are. They can't explain why Jesus have all those power, and yet Jesus is just a prophet. And they're a prophet. He died. He faint. I call him the fainty prophet. Muhammad, he faint every 5 minutes. Muhammad had diarrhea. Muhammad, he shit in his pants. Muhammad, he cannot go to the bathroom. Muhammad, he is like he is illusional. He imagined things. He in the black magic. Muhammad died by poison. So all those things, horrible things, happened to Muhammad. But Jesus, if he waved his hands, tens of thousands of people they healed from disease. Why? That was an X-ray. They can
Oh,
explain.
I don't know about the black magic one.
Yeah,
They
he was bewitched. He was bewitched.
what?
He was bewitched. You don't know that?
A prophet, God can't be bewitched. I thought Muhammad was like I thought Muhammad was like he had protection of God, and if you have the
No,
protection of God,
he was bewitched. Here we go. Like, this is Aisha.
so
You see my screen?
he didn't have protection of God then.
Yeah, he don't even have a protection of Joe Biden. So once the prophet was bewitched, who talking Aisha, the wife, the daughter, the one in the age of his granddaughter. Once the prophet was bewitched, so he began to imagine that he had done a thing which in fact he had not done. So we are talking about Jesus. He made the blind see, and Muhammad is now, his eyes is open, but he see things is not there. Hey, prophet, what are you doing? Yeah. Give me the thing there, prophet. You know, there's nothing there. What are you like? Hold on. There's a like you will fall over the cliff. The prophet. Hold on. No, really. Yeah, the prophet is bewitched. This is the prophet, and this is Sahih Bukhari, and this is very authentic. And even the hadith says that the prophet, when he was bewitched, he start imagining that he is having sexual intercourse with his wives, but in fact he did not. Which means even his sex was false. I wish there is an open I wish there was an open camera when Muhammad was doing that. That would be fun. I want to see what he was doing. I mean, he's a prophet of God, and now he imagined himself having sex, but in fact he did not.
You know those videos of dogs humping dry air? Imagine it looks a little bit like that.
Dogs doing what?
You know when dogs will like they'll hump dry air, they'll just like do that motion because something triggers their hormones to do that motion. I imagine it looks something like that.
I don't know what is that really. I'm not sure. Dogs? I don't understand you. Sorry. I'm sorry. My English is not so. Sometimes is messed up.
Certain scents will make a dog act like they're mating.
Okay. I see.
So they'll just look like they're mating with the air.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened to. Is this exactly what happened to Muhammad? He is a dog. He imagined himself mating, but in fact there's no female dog in front of him. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about it this way. Thank you. You just give me an idea about the dogs. All right.
Awkward.
So here you see all of those. Like as an example, you see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Well, remember, this was your prophet for 2 days, you know. So the prophet continued for such and such period, imagining that he had boom boom with his wives. In fact, he did not. That is the dog we're talking about.
Lovely, wonderful.
Yeah. All right, my dear sister, I invite you to believe in Jesus, and I hope you will accept and have faith. Otherwise, following this garbage cult is a big mistake. And I am glad you decided to leave it. But now you better read the Bible carefully, and I invite you to believe in the Lord.
I appreciate it. I also appreciate you talking to me for so long, because I imagine other people are waiting.
Yeah, actually, I'm talking to you because I don't see any Muslim coming. Otherwise, if a Muslim came, I will throw you outside immediately, because a Muslim is my customer, you are not.
Like my husband would have done when you wanted a new motto.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm glad that you called and you left Islam, you decided to leave Islam. I advise you to sit here and watch us what we do, see how Muslims are being so stupid when they defend Muhammad. And as you see, Muhammad, even his sex is false. I mean, the guy, he don't even have witnesses for sex. Even his wives was not there.
Wow. Okay.
There's no women there. The guy was having sex with who? Hey, Muslims. Muhammad was having sex with who? The goat? It's in front of you. I'm not making things up. In the same way, if Muhammad, he cannot even recognize the difference between what is real and what is not. How we can trust him that this guy is receiving, he's seeing an angel. This guy, he see things. He imagine things. He's delusional. How we can trust him to be a prophet of God?
So I need a Muslim to come up and defend this.
Yeah, absolutely. I invite all the Muslims to join us. Do we have any Muslim who would like to join us? Because here we go. The lady here, she decided to leave Islam, and I invite you to join us so you can bring her back to Islam, and she will believe in the Prophet who imagined himself having sex, but in fact he did not, because this is a good habit, because this way we can reduce the number of babies in the world, because now we imagine we have a woman, but there's no women. This way, there's no sexual disease transmitted between the people, and there's no more babies and no more global warming, and this is how we can save the world. And now I explain to you why Prophet Muhammad, he imagined himself having sex with a woman who is not there, simply is just to save the world. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Sit and invite your friends if you want, and if there's a Muslim, we would like to hear him.
I don't think they have the courage. They banned my friend for questioning them, so I don't think the Muslims that I know will be willing.
Well, no, the Muslims are busy now. They are imagining themselves having sex with their wives. In fact, it's not there. So, and this is what they will do in their Discord. They will imagine themselves debating Christian Prince, but he is not there. It's a habit, you know. And this is the only way to win the argument and to win the debate.
But you're right here.
I'm not here. I'm there. Are you there or here?
I'm both.
Oh, okay. No, it's because in English you speak to somebody. He says, "Are you there?" You say to him,
Well,
"No." I say, "I'm here." Are you there or?
In English and in French, so I'm here, meaning I'm here presently, like I'm talking to you, I'm here talking to you. But also I'm there on the call, like I'm there with you on the call. So it can mean both. Like I am both there with you on the call and I'm here.
I think based on what you just said to me, you qualified to become a Muslim prophet. You are here and there in the same time.
Perfect.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I think you are being bewitched now. May Allah bless you.